Hi and welcome to a new video where I ramble about things that I don't understand, and today I'm rambling about stay-at-home girlfriends. And before we get in, I am going to art school very soon and I need to support, so if you could subscribe that would be awesome and you would help me out a lot. Also, if you want to get one of these or other crochet plushies and things that I made, the link is down below and you can look around, and I will donate part of the proceeds to Poor Child and Doctors Without Borders because I find that important. Okay, let's get started. I thought we should get started by the origins of this stay-at-home girlfriend trend, which is not necessarily this person, but also it is TikTok. Of course it's TikTok. It's always TikTok. Anyways, now we have established that the duties of a stay-at-home girlfriend are just staying at home and doing chores, which is also just my normal Saturday afternoon. We can now talk about the more controversial things. And we will leave the PR package in this video for a little later because we do need to talk about it, just not now. This same person also posted the following. Hot girls shouldn't pay for dinner. We already spent that money on the makeup, outfit, beauty treatments, workouts, etc. to be the beautiful woman you wanted on your date. I simply cannot agree with this statement. This idea of the men paying for a date or for a dinner just stems from the time where women weren't allowed to work, and now it's kind of expected for women to work because you need the money in this economy. It's already so hard to support yourself in this economy, let alone two people on one salary. Just not doable, except for when you're very rich. The makeup and clothes and such statements, I find that a little off. Like, yes, makeup can be absolutely beautiful and can be also very expensive, just like clothes and all these other things. But you're putting this idea in the head of your viewers that men will only want them if they wear makeup or if they go or if they do workouts. Like, they have to do all these things to make them look perfect, and a person is just so much more than that. Also, some people cannot wear makeup. I am allergic to makeup and I don't like wearing it in general, so I don't wear makeup, and that's totally fine. Do whatever you want. I don't think all these things that Kendall just listed are what makes a person a nice date. But that's just my opinion as a non-binary queer person. Anyway, you might ask yourself what that has to do with the entire stay-at-home girlfriend trend that we were talking about, and the answer to this is absolutely everything. In the households you live in, or this person lives in, she also expects the man to pay for absolutely everything. Apparently in exchange for her to do the chores. And also then this argument of the dinner money doesn't hold anymore, because then the man is also paying for clothes, makeup, workouts, everything. Also, workouts can be free. Anyhow, then the man is already paying for all of those things too, so then the argument doesn't exist anymore. We also need to look at the reason why this Kendall wanted to be a stay-at-home girlfriend in the first place, and that is as following. People used to ask me, what is your dream job? I never knew the answer. I realized it's because I don't dream of labor. I dream of living a soft feminine life and being a hot housewife. It's as simple as that. It sounds kind of like she wants to live in a fairy tale, but fairy tales are made for escapism, to escape the real world and live in an other world for a while whilst you're reading or watching said fairy tale. not for your entire life to be a fairy tale. I think fairy tales are really great for escaping the real world sometimes, and you cannot just ignore all of that. But that's again just my opinion. It is time to talk about the PR package that this person opened in the first video we watched. Kendall has more than 400,000 followers on TikTok, and she sometimes does brand deals. With this, she's able to make her own money, so if her boyfriend would break up with her, which he did in 2023, she would be fine. She has the money to take care of herself. Well, not everyone that is a stay-at-home girlfriend has that, so we are not talking about stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home wives here even, but especially with stay-at-home girlfriends, you don't have a marriage contract, so if you break up for some reason, you don't have anything to fall back on for most people. And Kendall does have that, so it's not a really great representation of what being a stay-at-home girlfriend is like for most people who are a stay-at-home girlfriend or want to be a stay-at-home girlfriend, her viewers maybe. But for the experience of those people, we will have to go to Reddit. The first story I want to talk about is called "Being a Stay-at-Home Girlfriend Makes Me Insecure About Dating." I just turned 30, female, and I'm in an open relationship with my boyfriend, 35 male. I'm bisexual and opened up the relationship so I could experiment with women. Basically, we've been dating since I was 18, 19, and fairly soon after dating I moved in with him. I know it's really lame, but I'm very introverted and my boyfriend is more than happy to support me financially while I stay home and work on my art/writing. I've never really had any official jobs other than odd jobs here and there. When I was in my 20s, it felt more appropriate to have flings or hookups, but now that I'm in my 30s, I feel so insecure by all the women my age. Everyone I've met has their life together and a good job and seems so confident. I honestly feel like a loser when I meet someone for drinks and they ask what I do and what my hobbies are. And I'm just like, unaccomplished Instagram artist who likes anime and video games. I've never really had any issues finding a boyfriend, but when I talk to women in the 30s, 40s, I just feel like such a loser. First of all, I've heard a lot of lesbians say that I don't really like being experimented on by mostly straight women who want to try out if they might have feelings for other women. You're calling yourself bisexual, so I think that second part isn't the issue here, but just please lose the term experimenting here because it's a little, uncomfortable, I'd say. Describing yourself as an unaccomplished Instagram artist is probably going to make you feel like a loser. I think this is kind of a mindset issue. It could potentially be great that your boyfriend is willing to support you while you launch your art career, so you can actively work on that and actually be an artist or writer in this case. But I think also if that's the case, you should kind of lose the stay-at-home girlfriend thing and call yourself an artist or writer or both of those things. However, even though I think that marriage isn't necessary in most cases, you've been together for like 10 years and your boyfriend is supporting you financially, and if you break up, you can probably not count on any money. Anyway, something needs to change in this person's situation because it's clearly not working. The next post is called "Am I the asshole for wanting more as a stay-at-home girlfriend?" Me and my boyfriend have been living together for around a year now. He works, pays bills, does whatever he wants working on his vehicles, toys, etc. Occasionally he helps me with big projects or moving heavy things in the art, etc. He also occasionally cooks us dinner, which I love because he's the better cook. I take care of our dogs, chickens, and there will be more animals to take care of in the near future. I also keep the house spotless 24/7. I do all my boyfriend's laundry, dishes, etc. I cook breakfast every day and I do dinner most of the time he comes home from work. Basically, I live for free and eat for free. I do not make my own money, but sometimes I need things like hygiene products, makeup. I run out of new clothing that I've been talking about needing all the time because mine are old and most don't fit anymore. Whenever I ask him to get me those things at the store because I absolutely need it, he seems to get annoyed by it. Mind you, we are not poor. He makes $60 an hour at his job, always works overtime, which is 70 plus an hour. He gets free gas and free meals, as well as other job perks like a car, a laptop, etc. I never ask for anything but basic necessities. And new flowers for the counter because I love them, which I just pick up from the garden now when they die, because he never gets a $5 bouquet from the gas stations he goes to every day when I politely ask. It just bothers me that it bothers him when I ask for anything. But I don't understand why it bothers him. And a lot of the time, he jokingly tells me I should get a job for all the crap I want. I would think he wants his girl to always look good and have what she wants, instead of dressing in the same thing every day like a cartoon character, basically rags and being Cinderella. I have never been an extreme shopper or spender. There are a million hobbies I want to get into, but I just don't, because I don't want to ask for things I need for them. And even if he tells me I should do something more with my life. I'm just frazzle-brained about the whole thing. On top of this, he's a terrible gifter and puts no thought into anything. He didn't even get me anything for Christmas, and I don't remember what he got me for my birthday, or if he even got me anything at all. For his holiday gifts and birthday gifts, I will find my way to money and make something special for him. I will always make sure his celebrations are memorable. Am I overreacting? It absolutely seems like you and your boyfriend are not on the same page about this entire stay-at-home girlfriend situation. Especially since he doesn't really seem to want to support your lifestyle. So I think it's time to have a very serious conversation about it. And again, with the he always wants his girl to look good. He's not your mom, who assumably taught you basic hygiene, and you're not the princess in the French court during the Middle Ages. I think your boyfriend is going to be at some kind of limit very soon. Also, since he's willing to cook, I would think that he would be willing to split the chores if you were to get a job, so I don't think that would be an issue. Calling yourself Cinderella is something that I do find overreacting. Again, you don't live in a fairy tale and nobody is expecting you to live your life like that. Also, I think we should leave conflict avoidance in 2020 or something, because you're not asking him for anything, or you're reluctant to ask him for anything because you're seemingly afraid to get into a fight. This situation is clearly also not working great, and something should change here. I'm kind of feeling a pattern here. The next post that I'm going to read for you is called New Stay-at-Home Girlfriend. I'm new to this whole not working thing, and I'm incredibly bored all the time. My boyfriend works and makes enough for us to live comfortably without me needing to work. I keep our apartment clean and cook meals for the two of us as well. I don't drive for medical reasons, so leaving the house isn't an option. I just don't really know what to do with myself when he's at work. I went from working in the medical field and putting in 40 plus hours a week to staying at home all day. It was nice at first, but now I'm bored out of my mind. I play video games, draw, do something artistic, and work out every day as well to try and keep myself busy. But it doesn't take up my entire day until he gets home. Any tips? Edit for clarification. I worked in the medical field before he and I met, and I enjoyed my job, but it was incredibly stressful, and I had medical problems of my own that made working very taxing on my mind and body. So we both agreed that this was the best thing if I just stayed home and took care of the house. We have talked about marriage and children in the future, and that's definitely the plan. I'm sort of just waiting for him to pop the question. We have been together about 2 years. As for my marketable skills, I've worked in retail, admin, and nursing, so there's much I can do if he chooses to one day leave me with nothing. I have my own savings account with enough just in case something were to happen. I'm in no way asking for advice on whether I should be a stay-at-home girlfriend. I'm merely asking for advice on how to not be bored. I appreciate your concern, but I can't handle myself in that regard. I think that this is not the right title if you don't want me to talk about you being a stay-at-home girlfriend, because despite you asking me not to, I'm going to right now. There are so many things in between working a very stressful job for more than 40 hours a week and not working at all. Also, you might have job skills and a savings account, but most employers don't really like random gaps in your resume, and saving accounts tend to run out over time. Anyways, it seems like you're trying to defend the choice of becoming a stay-at-home girlfriend and you're not actually into it, so I think it's time for some change. The last story I wanted to talk about is called My Boyfriend 29M of 1.5 years wants me 22M to be a stay-at-home girlfriend. I would really like to have your opinion on the situation. Basically, I've been dating my boyfriend for 1.5 years. It has been a rocky relationship due to the fact that I have very inappropriate behavior, chatting flirtatiously with other guys, lashing out at him for no good reason, etc. However, I've gained maturity and better understanding on how to be a good girlfriend over time. He told me that recently, past 3 months, our relationship has been great. He recently told me that he really wants me to be a stay-at-home girlfriend. He doesn't want me to deal with work or studies related stressors, and he believes that when I don't work or study, which has been the case for the past 3 months, our relationship is a lot better. He's currently a medical resident, makes approximately 60K a year after taxes, and will make a lot more in 6 years once he becomes a specialized doctor. It would make me really happy to not have to worry about work or studies, considering the fact that I have autism, which makes social interactions a nightmare. I also really love to cook and I don't mind cleaning. I'm asking for your opinion on this because I don't know if this is too kind of an offer to accept. To me, it feels unfair that he would have to wake up super early and work long hours while I would get to wake up and chill for a good chunk of the day. He told me he doesn't think it's unfair because he likes what he does, helping patients and saving lives. What do you think? Should I leave him so he can find a working girlfriend? Should I accept his offer to be a stay-at-home girlfriend? Thank you in advance. First of all, girl, run! It sounds like you're finding all of your validations in this man and he's trying to lock you down or something. Also, understanding how to be a good girlfriend sounds really toxic for some reason. In my opinion, a good relationship is a two-way street or more, but in this case two, of mutual support and more things, but that's the most important thing in this case. It's especially just not one person kind of chaining their soul to the other person. You should not leave him because he can find a better girlfriend. If you do, you should leave him because he's a gigantic red flag. Because also, he's trying to make you entirely dependent on you, and if it wouldn't work out, it would be very, very hard for you to get back up after that, because employers also don't like hiring autistic people, and we've known that for quite a while now. But as a fellow autistic person, I can really understand your struggle here, because I've worked in retail next to my studies for a really long time, and after each shift I would kind of need a day to recover from that. In that time I've kind of realized that I could never do that full time. So it's really hard. Not working because of being autistic or really any disability is very different from being a stay-at-home girlfriend, because there's a difference in not wanting to work and not being able to work. Here are some numbers from the National Autistic Society from the UK. In 2021, only 22% of the autistic people in the UK were working, and that's really not a lot. It's a combination of prejudice by employers and the part of the autistic community that is just not able to work. The last group is probably eligible for government support for disabled people, which is probably also a nightmare to get, but it does exist for a reason. Anyways, my advice to this person would be to immediately break up with this guy. She can check with a college if she wants to study to get accommodations like extended deadlines and extended testing times. And otherwise she could try to find a job where you would have to deal with less communication, like a back office job. This again would be a very hopeless stay-at-home girlfriend situation in my opinion. There's a very clear conclusion here, in my opinion. The people promoting this stay-at-home girlfriend trend are not really stay-at-home girlfriends. They often also have like a social media job. And the people that are actually stay-at-home girlfriends are not doing too great. I have not found a single story about a stay-at-home girlfriend that is actually doing great. This world is absolutely built around money and I don't like it either, but we just have to deal with it together, and if we want to change it, becoming stay-at-home girlfriends is not really the way to change anything here. Being a stay-at-home girlfriend is just this fairy tale that is not really a happy thing for anything we have read today. Let me know what you think down below. Please subscribe if you want to support me. I would love that. And if you like my little video, you can push that shiny like button down below. If you want to follow me during my daily adventures, you can also find me on Instagram here with this handle. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Ciao!